Welcome, CNG 132 to week 9. This week we dive into client and device security. Let me get a preview of that real quick. I believe it starts to lead into physical security devices. Yeah. Uh, so we start to look into, you know, basically, if you have a computer at home or you have a laptop, I guess really any device now has a security lock on it. Let me see if I can't bring that up over here. And that security lock will be the physical access lock. Security feature for. And that little tiny lock will be like basically a pin. You insert it into the access point, computer, laptop, um, projector, and after you turn the key, that lock pops out a little hook, and then that um, basically device is then cable locked to something else to keep it from walking off on its own, or to keep people from um, stealing it. And that's usually what happens. That's when we talk about physical security. If you are, I guess, around campus, um, yeah, I can't find a visual picture for any of that. If you are around campus, or even if you're in the mall or um, at Starbucks, I guess I use Starbucks a lot. Look around and see what kind of device security they have. Usually, I guess even if you're checking out anywhere, are the devices you're using to check out, are those secure? Are they locked in? Chances are they hopefully they are, or they should be. If you're looking around for an access point, hopefully that access point is not like sitting out in the middle of open. Hopefully it's hitting behind like a drop-down ceiling. That's even though you get slower speeds, that's kind of the old technique of security through obscurity. So that kind of goes in with that. I shouldn't say new. A method that has been popping up about security more recently is software-defined security software. And that goes clear back to the idea of you are using permissions to access specific user privileges through policy. So here we have software-defined security, SDS. Also network-defined security, NDS. Many different takes on. No, I don't want to do this. Many different takes on kind of like the same methodologies where you're not putting your security policies based on the user and computer groups within a Microsoft system or a Linux system. You're actually taking more steps to define, who's allowed to run this at a different level, either network defined, software defined. And you're going to see kind of, if you do a quick search, SDS versus VPN. VPN, that's an interesting read because VPN basically, let's see if I can bring this up over here. I don't think we've talked about this yet. VPN. So a VPN, and this is usually a question that comes up quite often. VPN, since they encrypt what you're sending over a public network, the speeds significantly slow down. if you ever see someone say VPN speeds up your system, that's probably a false claim, and I'd really look into that company, because basically a VPN, and as we learned, as you encrypt things, the hashes get significantly longer if we're using like an SSA 256 algorithm over a MD5 algorithm. You see the differences there, that you see basically the amount of data traveled gets boosted. And then that's what slows down your VPN line. I don't see a VPN any speeds listed here, but I guess there's right there. Streaming at ultra fast speeds. I would really take into consideration if this is a VPN itself. Let's go CDWG. Let's check out CDWG. And we're going to be able to see just how a VPN speed slow down. Security appliance, yeah, that's good enough. So you can see that this hooks up to an Ethernet adapter, but then when we go down to look at the exact speeds, we're going to see the speeds take a huge hit, and I don't see it here. Yeah, I don't see the exact speeds that are taking a hit. But basically, my home VPN, if I turn it on, it goes extremely slow. Actually, let's look it up. So here's my current firewall at home. This is what it's capable of. So it's not quite 1 gigabit speeds, but that's okay. But as soon as I flip on that VPN support, yeah, here we go. 10 megabits. It drops down significantly from whatever. I don't have 600. I have, I think, 125 here at the house. But as soon as I turn that VPN on, since it's encrypting everything, I mean, the speeds just tank. If we were to look at maybe a $10,000 firewall, you're going to see those speeds increase, but then that $10,000 firewall is basically supposed to be deployed in an enterprise environment. So that's kind of the trade-off for using a firewall and a VPN for client security over software-defined security, network-defined security, and everything of that nature. So great start. Hope you guys looked at a couple careers, a couple internships, got some ideas for the future, and I'll leave you guys at that. Let me know if you have any questions. Reach out.